Hello everybody, welcome back to another cozy skincare chat. Today we're going to be talking all about Korean sunscreens. So we all know sunscreen is important, but what exactly does SPF stand for? What do the numbers mean? What do the pluses mean? Does a higher SPF really guarantee greater protection? They are important to know, so we'll go over some of the basics of these and then dive into the sunscreens. So what exactly is SPF and what do all of those pluses mean? SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor, and it measures how well the sunscreen will protect your skin from UVB rays. Very simply, to get the SPF number, the testing company will test the number of seconds it takes to slightly redden the skin when it's covered in sunscreen and divide that number by the number of seconds it takes for the skin to redden where no sunscreen was applied. Now, the sun also emits UVA rays, which can also be harmful to your skin. The pluses stand for how much protection the sunscreen provides from UVA rays, with PA+ showing some UVA protection and PA+++ providing extremely high protection. This is all to note that a higher SPF number just represents a higher potential amount of protection. Other big factors include whether you have applied enough sunscreen and whether you remember to reapply sunscreen frequently. Finally, the last question: why do people apply their sunscreen with 3 fingers? Many of us, including myself admittedly, do not actually apply enough sunscreen. This of course limits our sunscreen's potential to actually protect our skin. So having more in this case is better than not enough. So the 3-finger method reminds us to apply sunscreen liberally to protect our beautiful skin. So I thought it would be fun to try using a UV camera to compare some of these sunscreens. I have seen cameras like this all over social media, and it's a really cool concept. It essentially emits a UV light, and with chemical sunscreens, they absorb UV rays, and so it would indicate with a darker color that these sunscreens are absorbing those rays. Unfortunately, only after buying this UV camera did I do a little bit more research, and I found that UV cameras like these don't exactly show the effectiveness of the protection that your sunscreen is providing. So they're not efficient in telling you the amount or the level of effectiveness of protection of your sunscreen. But they can give you a general idea of the coverage of your initial application of sunscreen. What I did find interesting was that there were common areas where I typically miss when I'm applying my sunscreen. So before even looking at this camera, I did a little test and I applied sunscreen how I normally would, and I took the UV camera out. As you'll see in this video, there are areas where I commonly miss putting my sunscreen, including the corners of my eyes, above my lips, the tips of my ears. Now after this experiment, I make a mental note to remember to apply sunscreen to those areas where I commonly forget. And just a quick note, if you do decide to purchase one of these UV cameras, these do emit UV rays, so just remember to take care of those unprotected areas, including our precious eyeballs. I still do think they serve a purpose, just maybe not what I was initially assuming they would do. Okay, so now on to the fun part. Today I'm going to be sharing 7 sunscreens that I've tried and actually really enjoy. As someone with dry and sensitive skin, I feel like I gravitate more towards Korean sunscreens because I find them a little less irritating to my skin and my eyes and just really moisturizing compared to some of the American brands I've tried. The consistencies of the ones I mentioned today feel a lot more like skincare. They're kind of like serums, lightweight, calming, moisturizing, and really blendable. These are all within a similar price range and all contain SPF 50 plus, PA+++++. For full transparency, I've purchased all of these with the exception of the Anua sunscreen, which I really like still, but this was gifted to me in the last video. I have 7 sunscreens I want to introduce to you today. The first one being Skin 1004's Madagascar Centella Hyalu Cica Water Fit Sun Serum. That's a mouthful. So this is a serum sunscreen, and I have seen so many Reddit reviews just glowing about this product. There were a few reviews also noting that this works as their holy grail makeup primer, and I can imagine why, because this does have hyaluronic acid, and that can also have a very blurring effect to your skin. The key ingredients to this is their Hyalu Cica formula, which is a combination of hyaluronic acids and Centella asiatica, our favorite. It also includes 7 sprout extracts, which I haven't seen in a sunscreen before, including alfalfa leaf extract, green tea, broccoli extract, and aruca sativa leaf extract. So what I love about this sunscreen is it's super blendable, leaves no white cast, no fragrance, very lightweight. It leaves a very nice moisturized finish without looking too dewy. And what I really like is the pump applicator. I feel like it gives you good control over dispensing your product. Next up, we have the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sun Cream. This one is a lightweight, creamy texture, and it kind of reminds me of the Beauty of Joseon's Relief Sunscreen, but I would say this one is more fluid, more liquidy compared to the Skin 1004 Sun Serum. The active ingredients in this one are niacinamide, which can help with hyperpigmentation and help brighten the skin. It also has birch tree sap, which has antioxidant properties and can help decrease inflammation, help hydrate the skin with 17 amino acids, minerals, antioxidants, and vitamins, and includes hyaluronic acid and glycerol glucoside, which is such a hydrating and plumping ingredient for the skin. Now, this one has won so many awards in Korea, so I was actually really excited to try this one as well as their Sunstick version. However, digging into some of the reviews more, there are really polarized opinions on this sunscreen. Some with very dry skin that swear by this sunscreen. It's their holy grail sunscreen. And I can see why. It's very moisturizing, but it doesn't leave that sort of greasy shine that some sunscreens do. And then there were others that really did not like this sunscreen, claiming that it led to more breakouts or more of an itchy kind of skin reaction, possibly to the birch juice. So in the name of science and my own personal curiosity, I did try this and I ended up really liking it. I would say if you have sensitive skin as well, maybe try patch testing first and seeing how your skin reacts and then going from there. This one does have a claim on their website that it does have a slight scent to it. If it does, it must be very subtle because I did not smell anything with this one, but this one does have pine tree leaf oil and chamomile flower oil. It was not pore clogging for me, but just something to note as well. Next up, we have the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sun Stick. This one has very similar ingredients to the sun cream. It's super lightweight, no white cast, no fragrance. So in terms of the ease of application, this one actually might be my favorite. It's just so easy to reapply. It's compact, so great for on the go. So for this one, while many of the key ingredients seem great for sensitive skin, I did see a few reviews from some noting that this was not great for their acne-prone skin. As someone with acne-prone skin, I did use this and I did not experience any breakouts personally, but just something to note if you are interested in using this one. Next up, we have, of course, the Beauty of Joseon's Relief Sunrise and Probiotics. This is, of course, the super viral sunscreen. It's lightweight, it's creamy. It reminds me a lot, actually, of the consistency of this Round Labs sun cream. But again, similar to the Birch Juice sunscreen, there were some that really love this and some that claim that this led to a few more breakouts in their skin, possibly due to some of the fermented ingredients. This one has 30% rice extract and also contains grain fermented extracts, which help to provide that moisture to dry skin. For me personally, I think this did the job adequately, but it didn't necessarily have like that wow factor. I did really appreciate how lightweight this was. It leaves no white cast, no fragrance. It's just not my favorite product from this brand. For me personally, I did not notice any irritation while using this over my eyes, but there were some reviews that did note that, so something to keep in mind as well. Next up, we have the Anua Heartleaf Silky Moisture Sun Cream. I talked about this one in my last video, but I actually ended up really liking this one as well. It's super moisturizing, super lightweight, non-irritating to the skin and to the eyes, no fragrance as well, and pretty quick absorbing. The website boasts its silky texture, not too oily, not too matte, allowing for a great base for your foundation and makeup. I went through a lot of reviews for this and was really happy to find people who also have a similar skin type as me, acne prone, dry, sensitive, that actually really like this one for their skin. The key ingredient for this is Houtunia cordata, also known as heartleaf. Heartleaf can have antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties that can help with collagen production and protect the skin from oxidative stress and free radicals. Next up, we have the Axis Y Complete No Stress Physical Sunscreen. Now, I did want to include a physical sunscreen in this video. This one I think is a great option. It includes zinc oxide, and as seems to be the case with a lot of physical sunscreens, this does leave a slight white cast, but nothing too horrible. No fragrance, pretty lightweight, and has a pretty matte finish. And I really like the applicator of this one. Again, it just kind of gives you a lot of control in dispensing the product. Some key ingredients for this one include zinc oxide, 2% niacinamide, squalene, calendula, and mugwort. Now, thanks to the calendula and mugwort, I did find this to be very calming to my skin. This did not, however, feel as moisturizing as some of the other sunscreens we looked at today. day. But if you're looking for a physical sunscreen, I feel like this can still be a great option. And last but not least, we have, of course, the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. I'm already going to say it. I am super biased. This is my holy grail sunscreen. Absolute favorite. I use this every day, and yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this. One of the reasons why I love this sunscreen so much is because of the finish. It's very hydrating, so it leaves a very dewy kind of glow from within finish. It has 8 types of hyaluronic acid. Other key ingredients in this one include our dear friend Centella asiatica, fig fruit extract, niacinamide, and ceramides for that nourishing hydration to the skin. Again, no white cast, no fragrance, non-irritating to the eyes and to the skin. I just love this formulation, and I think it'll continue to be my holy grail sunscreen for the year. Those are the 7 sunscreens that I wanted to share with you today. I hope today's video was interesting. I know with summer just around the corner, there are so many sunscreens to look at, but I always recommend giving Korean sunscreens a try. I know with dry and sensitive skin, it can be kind of tough to find non-irritating products. And I've just found for myself that a lot of these sunscreens are very gentle to my skin and super moisturizing. So if you've tried any of these or have any personal recommendations, I would love to hear from you in the comments. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you the best week ahead, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.